Ah, can you feel it? Ah, can you smell it? Yes, it's the WC, man, here with another video, and this time I'm talking about Super Bowl 52. The New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, I had to pause because, it's pre-recording season, so of course I had to pre-record this video. But anyway, man, I mean, it's been a long season. It's been ups and downs, especially for the New England Patriots. And watching the AFC Championship game when they were down by basically double digits in the fourth quarter, and that comeback to overtake a defense that has not given up that many points in that short of a span the entire season. I mean, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, they just keep doing it. It just doesn't matter who they have back there, as long as they have like the as long as they have that merry group of men. I tried to get that out. They're going to be in a position to win every single game, and it's just mind-boggling how they just keep doing it. And they did it against arguably the best defense in the entire league in Jacksonville, who had a pretty good season. Now, Philadelphia has been Jekyll and Hyde ever since Carson Wentz has went down with his injury, and Nick Foles has been mediocre. He's been brilliant at times. He's been anemic at times. He's been hard to figure out. But he has led the Philadelphia Eagles to Super Bowl 52. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down a few dynamics. I'm going to talk about the coaches, who has the advantage there. I'm going to talk about the offenses, who has the advantage there. I'm going to be talking about the defenses, who has the advantage there. And I'm also going to, break down the special teams. And ultimately, I'm going to tell you guys who's going to win Super Bowl 52. Now, unfortunately, if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, you are not going to have a home game in the Super Bowl. This is probably one of the only chances in history. Maybe some people would just say that you guys are just kind of cursed by that. Last week was just, basically you guys' Super Bowl moment with that were unbelievable. I won't say miraculous. I was trying to get the word out, but unbelievable finish there in Minnesota last week. It's just not going to happen. To this date, no team in the league has ever hosted a Super Bowl by their home team. Hasn't happened. It was a headline coming into the NFC Championship game, and it's just not going to happen. So let me just go ahead and get into this video, man. Let me start off with the coaches. You got Bill Belichick and you got Doug Peterson. Now, Doug Peterson, great offensive mind, has had his opportunity there in Philadelphia. Like you've seen what he's done with Carson Wentz, so it's no fluke. And there's a bunch of second-year quarterbacks that just kind of came up and rose up this season. And Wentz was one of them. I mean, he looked pretty green his rookie season, and he just evolved. I mean, the offense just evolved. Everything just kind of picked up. A couple pieces there, a couple pieces here. But now you have Nick Foles in there. And I don't like to use the word game manager, but that's probably what Nick Foles has to be. I mean, he's capable of making every throw on the field. Remember, this guy was a third-round pick by Andy Reid. So, the guy is capable. And I think that this offense, the Philadelphia offense with Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey, they picked up Adonijah. I mean, they're capable of being very, very explosive. Garrett Blunt can still run people over like Marshawn Lynch. You understand what I'm trying to say? He has that type of build to him. So this offense, is very, very solid. A very underrated offensive line. As much credit as, Wentz has gotten, and as much votes as he's gotten for MVP, that offensive line has been very, very solid. Now let's look at the Patriots. All right, Tom Brady, Amendola, Hogan, Cooks. I mean, you can just kind of raffle off these guys. White, golly, man, Lewis, and then you got Gronkowski, who's probably going to be, by the time you guys watch this video, he'll probably be in the concussion protocol, and he'll be ready by Super Bowl 52. That's my strong, bold prediction, that he'll be ready by Super Bowl 52. Now, let's briefly touch on the defenses here. because Philadelphia has the clear-cut advantage here. But it's like New England's defense is very, very sneaky. Like I think I want people to pay attention to, you know, New England's defense. And like I've watched Super Bowl 51 and the way that, you know, the Falcons just couldn't put these guys away, man. I mean, you know, and it wasn't bad play calling. And then like when you watch the AFC Championship game, you're like, you know, the Jaguars were already anemic on offense already. And then they just got suddenly shut down by that New England defense. Like on the low, that New England defense is a defense that is, you know, it deserves a lot of respect. I mean, people are going to look at Philly's defense in the NFC Championship game. The Eagles defense basically got them on the board, got them rolling in the right direction. I mean, it changed the course of the game. Minnesota came out really strong, and then that was it for Minnesota. That defense clamped down on them, forced the defensive turnover, then that was it. So, of course, you know, when you look at the defenses, you got to give it to Philadelphia, but keep an eye on the Patriots defense. I mean, they've been consistently strong and very, very tough when they really needed to be. And I think that might come up to play in this game. As far as like special teams go, I mean, like, you know, I'd have to probably get the nod to the Eagles again. I mean, like the special team dynamic has been taken completely out of the game. I mean, there's no kickoff returns. There's barely any punts returned. If you want to go down to kickers, you can do so. I'm not going to do that necessarily in this video, even though this game might be decided by 3. Keep that in mind. Heard it first here. You know, it's just one of those things where these teams are not necessarily completely evenly matched. All right. When it comes to coaches, you know, Belichick has got to check. When it comes to offenses, New England has to check. When it comes to defense, you have to give that to Philly. When it comes to special teams, you got to give that to Philly. This team, like this game should be more competitive than what people are going to say. Now, the early spread now, all right, this is even before Vegas even puts it down the board. Early spread should be New England by at least 7. That's what it should be. All right, and if Gronkowski plays, it should bump up to about 10. It should bump up to about 10 and maybe make it even 14. So, you know, the money line here could be minus 14. I mean, not money line, but the spread here could be minus 14. I don't know what the money line going to be. Money line could be anything. But the safe bet here is the New England Patriots. They're the dynasty of my era. You know, the Philadelphia Eagles, despite having a really good defense, and if you compare Philly's defense versus Jacksonville's defense, I kind of still give the nod to Jacksonville's defense now. I mean, Jacksonville didn't really miss too many tackles in that game, even though they put up a bunch of, you know, even though Brady and the boys put up enough points to beat them, they still didn't miss too many tackles. Couple busted coverages, couple of great throws. That's it. And that's kind of how, you know, Super Bowl 52 just kind of breaks down from all angles. Who wins the game and why? I'm not gonna hate on Philly, man. Like I mean, I think it's easy for me to hate on Philly, but you know, I think that like if Carson Wentz was in this game, I would feel more better about picking Philly. I think that the stylish pick will be to pick Philly, but the correct pick is going to be the New England Patriots. And like and I want people to understand that, you know, what's going on in New England is just something that is just over the top legendary, to the point where, you know, you just can't, you know, expect to see something like this again. Like, this is a real legitimate dynasty. You don't see this in the NBA. You don't see, well, you might see it in the NBA with the Warriors, the way they're going, but you know, you just don't see this in professional sports. I think that Tom Brady gets one for the other finger. I mean, one for the other hand. You know what I'm saying? I think he ends up with, you know, 6 Super Bowls and arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of my time. So let me know how you guys feel about Super Bowl 52. I got a lot of noise in the background. I don't know why. I just can't escape it. Hopefully you guys don't hear none of that in the video. I'm trying to get close as I can to the microphone, so yeah, I can't hear it. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel down below. It's the WC. I'll see you guys next time.